How are we doing? How are we doing? We are back with another episode of the Mr. Telefaro Show. I am joined by Malcolm. Again, what's going on?
Mr. Telefaro, what's going on?
Now, just set off the disclaimer for Malcolm. Malcolm's, suffering from a little voice issue.
A little voice issue. So I'm a game time decision. So I'm gonna drop 60 like Kobe Bryant did.
As we segue into basketball, courtesy of Malcolm, let's get into the first topic. Of course, it's Kobe. Now, the last time we were here, we were getting ready for the postseason, getting ready for Golden State's chance at 73. We had no idea that we would have Kobe Bryant scoring 60 points in his finale. Before we get into that game, Malcolm, let's talk about Kobe and his legacy overall. What do you think when Kobe Bryant comes to mind? What do you think?
Legend. I mean, what Kobe did that night was nothing short of spectacular. I mean, for a second and just a slim second, I was like, this man is the greatest of all time. And then I looked down at what sneakers I was wearing and realized they were Michael Jordan.
Okay.
So
here's the thing with that. With the Jordan-Kobe conversation, I will say this. As much of a ball hog Kobe has been notoriously known for throughout his career, I want to say that with 60 points in his last game, I don't think Michael Jordan could have did that in his last game. So when you make that Michael Jordan-Kobe comparison, obviously Jordan was 6 for 6 on rings. We are not questioning his legacy. He left and played another sport. I'm just saying, when we compare the two, I'm not 100% sure Jordan could have scored 60 in his last game.
I feel the exact same way when, just looking at where they were, they both had significant injuries in the past and they both came, and did their things. But just looking at the way Kobe, just scored the basketball in his final game, it was amazing. I know he took, 52 shots?
Took a lot of shots.
I mean, it's crazy.
60 points on 50 shots.
Right. It's crazy the amount of shots that he took, but it's just great just to see Kobe Bryant go out the way the Black Mamba should go out.
Let me ask you this, Malcolm. With the rape trial and everything, does that harness his when you see Kobe, does that tarnish his resume? That rape trial, going through that, does it harm it? Or some people might even argue that it helped that he got through that and was still at the top of his game. What do you think?
I feel there's an asterisk that would always be attached to his resume, such as Ben Roethlisberger with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He went through the same type of thing. And there'll always be some type of thought about it, but will it completely tarnish his legacy? Absolutely not. I think that has no, type of grip on his legacy as far as a basketball player goes.
Yeah, when he became number 24, he, replenished his resume and his just him and his legacy as good as anybody could. Now, I'll ask you this as well. Speaking of 24, do you retire 8 or do you retire 24?
I think you have to retire 24, personally. Okay. I think that 24, 8 is just something that just can't even be touched.
More rings came with 8.
I know more rings came with 8, but it's just 8 is just already, to me, physically retired. There will never be another Laker to physically wear the number 8.
81 came with 8. I'm just bringing up to
Hey, that's very true. But 24 is where, the Black Mamba was officially created. I feel like Kobe Bryant, number 8, was still a kid at heart. But we saw a competitor truly, with number 24.
See, I don't know about that, Malcolm, because with number 8, for me personally, that was a dominant Kobe. Now, I've had to see 24 fall off. Mm-hmm. So as much good I've seen with 24, at the same time, I've seen a lot of bad with 24 the last 3-4 years specifically. With 24, I never seen that with 8. I seen a dominant kid with the fro at times, dominate the game. I seen a dominant Kobe and Shaq with this. And when I think Kobe, I naturally think Shaq. And when he was playing with Shaq, he was obviously number 8. So I don't know. I just think it's a much tougher question than people. A lot of people are saying just retire 24. I think it's a tougher question than people are giving off.
Yeah, I definitely give you credit for that because it's a lot. 8, 24. Which one can you really choose?
Now, quickly, let's get into the game. Malcolm, you can't write this script any better. I mean, with Jack Nicholson being there, he couldn't make a movie this good. Talking about Kobe bringing his team back. Granted, the Utah Jazz were out of the postseason. They were playing for nothing at that point. You got Jay-Z there. You got all the legends there. You got Lamar Odom there. You got just so many legends, so many all-stars, some of the greatest, some of the biggest figures and names, the Kendrick Lamars of the world in the house. To see Kobe put on that one last show, Can you talk about that game? I was on the tip of my seat towards the end of that game. What do you?
For me, it was the same exact way. I mean, when I'm throwing a paper ball in a trash can, what name are we saying? Kobe. I'm always saying. I'm not saying Steph, like others might say today, but Kobe was the original. And for him to go out like he went out, it's crazy. And for Kanye to be there, for you said Jack Nicklaus to be there, and just he's been at every single game for as long as we can remember. Jay-Z. You got the big names there. For him to drop 60 and give them the go-ahead with a little under a minute left. And that big-time shot, I mean, it was literally kind of like a snapshot of what Kobe Bryant has done for his entire career.
All right, we'll finish it with that. Thank you, Kobe, for everything you've done for the game of basketball. I believe I got something planned for Kobe next week. Hey, I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to watch my interview, my performance, or maybe it was a feature story. Now, right now, you can either subscribe to my channel or you can watch other performances. Thank you for taking the time out. It's MrTelaferro.com. Respect for Dirk Nowitzki, and because I think Oklahoma City sleeps on the defensive end of the basketball court from time to time, I'll give Dallas Game 3. OKC closes this one out in 5.